Last night, PokeBeach put out an announcement that GameStop may be stopping pre-orders for Pokemon cards moving forward, and only Pokemon cards. At this time, it was a rumor, but this is PokeBeach, so it was a credible source at the time because it's PokeBeach, so a lot of people were making videos already. I did wait just until we got the 100% confirmation, but it has been confirmed now. Every time I make one of these Pokemon videos now, it really feels like before the dark times, before the Empire, because Pokemon's in a scary place, people. It really is. Like every 2 days, there's some new massive information, whether it's somebody fighting in Costco's, whether it's GameStop tweeting at Costco, which we're definitely going to be talking about in this video, whether it's scammers on whatnot, anything. And if y'all want to see more stories about all of this stuff, I try to cover as much as I can on this channel, but the best place to find that is over on the Trainer Gallery channel, new podcast channel that we did start with myself, PokePair, and Elliot Does Pokemon. The channel is absolutely zooming, people. It is really cool to see right out the gates. It's been getting a ton of support from y'all, and we are just extremely, extremely thankful. If you have not subscribed to that channel, make sure you go subscribe, and please check out some of the videos. And then my even bigger thank you that I cannot thank y'all enough for is that my personal slabs, my entire, well, I'll say like 70 to 80% of my collection has been put up right now on shinyvert.com of my graded card collection. A ton of it has been selling out. The Rayquaza sold, the PSA 10 Hidden Fate Zard sold. These are all PSA 10s. It's literally it's my baby collection. I'm not going to lie. It stings. It stings to get rid of some of this stuff. But at the same time, I'm very thankful to y'all. This is an investment in myself, in the channel, in my business, in shinyvert.com, everything. And the slabs have been going crazy. They've been going absolutely insane. There are still some left, but a lot are going really quick. So if y'all want to shop these, please head over to shinyvert.com and you can check out some of my slabs for sale. There's a ton of different slabs from SIRs, Altarts, Pikachus, trainers, anything you could think of, cards that I really, really loved and had in my collection. So you can shop them at shinyvert.com, and it means a ton to me. All right, but speaking on the GameStop matter, we have GameStop discontinues Pokemon TCG pre-orders at stores and website. In an internal email sent to store employees today, GameStop announced it will no longer allow customers to pre-order Pokemon TCG products from its website or from its stores. Their statement reads, in part, quote, moving forward, all Pokemon TCG products will be shipped directly to stores to encourage more foot traffic. This is a big part that we are going to talk about. We encourage you to use this opportunity to engage your community through in-store events and introduce them to our services. This is another big part. This is 100% talking about PSA grading. One longtime store manager I spoke to said, quote, no other TCG at GameStop has these restrictions. I'm just speculating, but I believe GameStop can't get enough allocation of Pokemon TCG products right now. So their only solution is to limit products and capitalize on walk-ins. Also going to give my take on this. There's a lot of stuff to talk about here, so please stay tuned. He went on to state, after the holidays, GameStop limited all Pokemon TCG products to 2 per customer, except individual booster packs, which are now 5 per customer. They also charge above MSRP now because I believe they're buying stock from other sources beyond Pokemon itself. Okay, this is my first time actually reading this article. I had heard about all the other stuff before actually pulling this article up. This part I have not heard about. That is extremely, extremely interesting and makes a lot of sense if you've seen what's been going on lately. For example, Obsidian Flames ETBs are now $81.99. Crown Zenith ETBs are $104.99, and 151 bundles are $40. These are the official prices in store. Wow. We're going to compare this to the TCG market price in a second because, wow, that's interesting. I previously reported hobby stores were seeing very low allocations for prismatic evolutions. Since then, we've learned allocations for March's Journey Together are just as limited. The Pokemon Company International promised last month it will continue to print more product to meet the high demand. Feels like this hobby is under assault on multiple fronts right now, and it really does, people. These are the dark times. But let's talk about it. I really want to talk about what's going on with this because I have worked a retail manager position. I did that for about a year plus, so I feel like I do have some behind-the-scenes knowledge on this, especially when they're talking about more foot traffic. So my initiate thought of GameStop doing this, taking away pre-orders moving forward for all Pokemon products. So I've heard it's going to be all Pokemon sets moving forward. I don't know if the other TCGs will be involved. Like this said, it's kind of rumored at this point. It seems like it's just going to be Pokemon, and because of the boom, I'm sure it will be Pokemon until further notice, until basically the bubble pops. But my initial thought, especially working in retail, is that, like, I don't even know if most people know this, but when you work in a retail shop, the second you walk through the front doors, there is a scanner that tracks every single human that walks through those front doors, because they are tracking conversion rates. They're tracking if somebody comes in and leaves the store and they didn't buy, like, all the above with this. They're tracking sales per customer that does buy. Like, so basically, let's say you go into Kohl's and you're looking to spend $40 today, but you're working a management position at Kohl's and you need each person to spend $50. Well, if they're checking out at $40, that stuff at the front of the counter and stuff, that's what that's for, because you want to start upselling. I mean, technically you want to do that with every customer, but you got to meet these quotas. And I think GameStop is 100% capitalizing on the boom of Pokemon and all the new people that are coming into the hobby, that when you go on GameStop.com, let's say you're a shopper and you're trying to get your pre-orders locked in on GameStop.com, but you miss out, well, you just exit out of the site, right? So by GameStop eliminating pre-orders, they're trying to get more people in the stores, because it is much easier to get more sales out of people that walk into the stores. If you walk in somewhere, if you're in person, this is actually something they teach you in business school, it is much easier to sell somebody in store when they've got cash in hand. And these people are walking into the store ready to buy Pokemon with cash in hand. So let's say I walk into GameStop with $50. Well, there's no Pokemon products, but I've got $50 that I'm ready to spend. So it just takes one sales associate to say, hey, by the way, we offer PSA grading now. Can I interest you in that? Or let me just talk to you about it, right? That's, in my opinion, their number one biggest reason. It's not the allocations. It's not this. It's not that. The number one biggest reason is that they're just trying to get people in the doors of GameStop to drive more sales. Is that a problem? In any other situation, no, it's a smart business tactic. The only problem I have with this is that they called out Costco, because Costco was handling the situation so poorly of getting too many people in Costco and basically like giving them free realm with the blooming boxes, and fights are breaking out and this and that. And it just really feels like GameStop tweeted at them and called them out on Instagram of like, hey, Costco, do better. And GameStop, literally, the official account, posted videos of how bad Costco was. Like, they were posting videos of the fights happening in Costco and said, hey, Costco, do better. And then 2 weeks later, GameStop is kind of like, but at the same time, we just want more foot traffic. We want more sales. So come into our store. Like, they have lines wrapping around the store every Friday now, because people aren't already able to get pre-orders because of bots or whatever it may be. Like, the lines are just going to get longer. There's going to be more angry people. I don't know. It seems like a little bit of a risky move. Not everything about this move is bad, though. I will say there is a small part of me that thinks that GameStop might be doing this because of the bots, and this could potentially get more products into real people's hands rather than just putting them in the bots' hands. But at the end of the day, I think overall it's going to be more negative with more people lining up. Like, already 2 weeks ago, I spoke about it before, but Elliot was telling me about in New York, in the freezing cold, there's like 40, 50 plus people lined up around GameStop, some showing up as early as 6 a.m. in the freezing cold, and they only had like 12 products to give out to these people in the line. So only 12 of those people got products. So now, no pre-orders. Those lines are going to get longer. There's going to be a lot more angry people in the lines, which I don't think will be good in the long run. Now, do the allocations play a part? I absolutely think they do. I think at the end of the day, like I said, it's all about sales. I think that's the number one driving force of this decision by GameStop, because again, they're gonna tenfold their sales by just getting people in the doors, and it's 100% to get people on the sales floor. The allocations could matter though. Everybody is getting small numbers right now that has distribution. PokeNE compared himself to GameStop a little bit, which, well, I love PokeNE, but GameStop's a little bit different with allocations. But I'm sure that the allocations from GameStop have been hurting, not because of people like PokeNE, not because of people like Danny Phantom, because of the hype of the hobby in general, and also because like you've got these new big box stores coming in the game now, like Dick's. I'm sure Dick's is somebody, I don't know how much Dick's is getting in stores. I've never seen Pokemon in Dick's myself, but if they are like a player in this now, that's a big box store. That's a massive chain company that I'm sure probably does take some allocations away from GameStop. So you have that kind of player now that does change it a little bit. I don't think that's a driving force, but it could affect it. The last thing I want to look at is this. Them talking about GameStop is basically buying from outside of Pokemon or outside of whoever their distro is. I just want to let's look up Obsidian Flames ETBs and see the market price, because 82 is what GameStop is charging now, which is absolutely bonkers. And 151 bundles are now $40 in GameStop apparently. So the current market price of an Obsidian Flames Elite Trainer box is $93.44. So GameStop is a bit cheaper, and they are definitely still cheaper on 151 booster bundles. The market price of this is coming in at $65.82. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like anything that's going on right now, to be honest. Like, it's very surprising to me that this retail company that you kind of expect to stay at MSRP is now charging these higher prices, almost like they're just like a seller like anybody else. I feel like we all have this expectation now of, like, if you go to Walmart, Target, Best Buy, GameStop, you know the MSRP of a product, and that's kind of what makes it that fun driving force to check these stores. Is like, finally I get to go somewhere, and like, if I find the product I'm looking for there, you're very excited because you pay the MSRP. And MSRP just doesn't exist anymore by third-party sellers online. It's kind of like a weird sight to see, and it raises the questions of, like, does Target start doing this in the future? Does Walmart start doing? Does everybody become a third-party seller of Pokemon if all of distribution starts raising the prices? I don't know. It's a scary thought to think about. Overall, a little bit surprised that GameStop is making this move. I get the whole allocation thing, and that probably does play a pretty big part. But at the end of the day, I think it's a massive money grab by GameStop, just leeching off the fact that so many new people are coming into the hobby, and it sucks. It sucks. It sucks at the end of the day. Like all the other news we're getting on a week-to-week basis at this point. It's scary times for Pokemon. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments, but I appreciate y'all watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Yeah, stack my money, got my bands up. Yeah, saw a bad bitch in a tantra.